Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. It's still a part of the effects, and I have a lot of questions, okay, from students all over the world, okay, and I just want to make out some time to react on these questions, okay, and I've had questions like okay, how do I start all over to analyze the market? All right. So what basically do things people need to really know, okay, in terms of how to trade successfully, and right from our early days, okay, um, we were told that okay, trading is easy, all right. And over the years, I learned that trading is more psychological than technical. Okay, a lot of people can actually have a very technical idea about trading as a whole, or okay, I've read a couple of books, okay, read a couple of stuff about candlestick formation, all right. But I would like to also add to that because it's all correct, okay. Nobody's wrong, nobody's correct when it comes to forex market. Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. The market just makes its own decisions, okay, and we just need to follow in what the market is presenting to us. Okay. So possibly with kind of analysis and everything, right? You just feel that okay, fine, I am ready to take that bold step into start my trading life, okay, career, okay. No, it's not just done so. Okay, I speak about it one of the times with students that if you want to be successful, okay, you want to learn, okay, you should learn, okay, to actually do this effectively on the longer term, okay. Apart from saying, okay, I just want to make some few people on the first market. No, you can't just come into the first market and make some few people and then walk away consistently, okay. I like to point out that it's crazy when people have this kind of perception, okay. You need to really know how to effectively trade, okay, before you can start even trading, okay. And sometimes people come undercapitalized, okay, when it comes to the forex market, all right. So I've heard things like, okay, how much do I really need to start up the first career? You need a good equity that can allow you to leverage at least 1 is to 50, okay. You want to open about 1 mini lot, okay, you can actually do that with your account easily. So you can actually start from something not really big because definitely it's gonna affect your psychology as a trader. Okay, a new trader coming into the market, and you don't want to go with something too small. Okay, so you want to go with something enough to allow you open a trade and then allow you on to your take profit or to your stop loss. Okay, because two things are involved. Either you can actually have a winning trade or a losing trade. Okay, by the time you start stopping your trade before you hit your stop loss and also stopping your trade before you hit your take profit, you're not gonna actually get the real sense, okay, of what you're actually doing. Okay, so it's all about the psychology now. It's all about the mind. Okay, it's all about how you think, how you react to things in the market, and what to look for. Okay, so many of the times I've spoken with a couple of students, and I know their problem. Okay, the problem of most students is that when they see a structure, they don't want to wait for some confirmation. They don't have what to really look for in short. Okay, they don't have what to look for, and you find them going all over the place, taking threats randomly, right, and doing crazy things. So today, apart from answering questions, I want to show you how we trade here and what we teach to the students. Okay, first we teach the students to be able to understand, okay, what market cycle they're on. Okay, where are you in the market? Okay, what happened in the past? Okay, was there a failed rally? Was there is there demand? Okay, back where you are, what really happened in the market? Okay, so looking at a couple of things, we're just going to talk about any market. All right, we just pick any market randomly. I don't have any mind, but at any point I pick any market, okay, I should be able to look at the market and then make a very clear decision of where I am, what I want to do, where I want to go to, what I want to see. Okay, so in here is um GBP AUD, Okay, so what do we have here? GPAUD, let's just take these lines out. Okay, I think that should be enough. Okay. Okay, so we have this trend, okay, this currency, this page trending in the downtrend, right from 2002. Okay, we made this drop. Okay, it was one way journey. Made this low, 2012, 10 years, rose, correct. So the trend line still held price, and now we're here. Now we're here. We just here. Okay, so we're here. Where next do we want to go? This could be a bearish flat to further drop to downside. Okay, as we could see, the bearish flat there, and we have this drop from the 10 trend line over here. Okay, and this would be a bearish flat drop. It continues still dropping till it hits the 1.504 level. Okay, so apart from that, okay, so going deep down, if we zoom in a screen to see what happened here, I want to show you guys what happened here and what is happening here. Okay, what I think would happen here, and other things. So apart from thinking, I know that, okay, fine, I know beautifully, handsomely that we have a failed rally here. Okay, we have a failed rally there, and I would expect to see this support holding price. Okay, I would like to see that support holding price. And if you look at it, there is no real support, okay, apart from this one here and this one right around here. Okay, now I have identified here that this is a fair support. Okay, this is a fair support here. All right, so the overall trend is to the downside. So if I go down to the weekly time frame, what we saw here was whole of last week, okay, indicating what we want to be seeing, because coming around here, I think I spoke about this last week, okay. In my presentation, okay, I spoke about this, that after we had this sort of structure, okay, around the top, okay, we were expecting, okay, this was the structure which we pointed out initially. Let's go down there. Okay, on that week here, so we had this few candles. Okay, candles became few and undecisive. Okay, and yeah, this drop was gonna come. Okay, I just want to see this drop. I didn't want to long here. I do want to see that drop down, whole of indicating what it's about to do. Okay, so what I'm gonna look for, I'm gonna look for push up. Okay, after this massive drop, I'm gonna look for push up. Okay, I'm going for push up. I'm going to look for expansion, and I'm going to look for massive drop one more time. Okay, I'm going to look for these three things. Okay, note I'm going to look for push up, expansion, and one more drop. So we're going to look for those three things. You could expect at least for it to form at least within 3 weeks or 4 to 5 weeks, at max 5 weeks. So it's not going to form in 1 week. It's not going to form in 1 week. In the whole 1 week, we might see this kind of correct of some sort. Form sort of filling candle on the monthly. Next month candle opens and it still continues to test the highs. Indecision candle could also come into play. Okay, and before the next drop. All right, so understand this. We teach the students not only trading basically, but we teach them to understand the psychology, okay, of the market, because the whole market moves. You see the whole market with just the candles, okay. You see the whole market with the candles you see in front of you, and that is what makes the market. Okay, when we talk about price action is what price is actually doing with respect to a particular time, and all these information are going to be reflected on your very candlestick. Okay, so it's not that difficult to do. Okay, it's just that many times traders tend to want to do that hurriness, okay, in getting involved. Okay, I want to get involved. I can just quickly make some few pips, okay, in the ups and down movement. I can catch the top, catch the bottom, all sort of nonsense. Okay, it's it's wrong to come in and then you try to do that week in the market. Okay, it's really wrong, and don't do that, because doing that would many times, okay, hinder you from moving in the right direction. Okay, so you were bullish on the trade, okay, and you said you can actually take a short trade, okay, to the downside, right, capture some pips, on the way. Okay, fine. Okay, but you get it on the short trade, okay, and you see suddenly the price started to rise, okay, going in your initial direction. Okay, now you are on a loss on your account. Okay, you not just want to risk, okay, because those are credit traders. I've seen them a lot of times, and they don't want to close that trade. They want to believe that price will then make a retracement, and that few days will just pass by, and they, because of fear, okay, they just hurry and close the trade and then open a buy trade, and that pay kind of starts correcting of some sort, okay, and they close it and they say, wow, it was supposed to be a sell trade. A few days after, they actually start shorting it again, okay, and it starts going back up, and they close it, and they start longing again, and trade does a pullback, and they close it, they've blown down the account, man. They've just blown it down. Okay, they just blown it down because of indecisiveness. Okay, you're a bull, you're a bull, you're a bear, you're a bear. Okay, it doesn't change anything. Okay, so if the market is going up and you're a bull, fine, you are favored. Okay, it's going down because you're a bull. Okay, you can just wait for you to stack up some confirmations. Okay, to be able to be a bull. Okay, so you're a bull, you're a bull, you're a bear. Okay, over a particular time. Okay, I can decide to be bullish on GDP. Okay, in a week. Okay, 5 days, 10 days. Okay, 1 month. Okay, 2 months. I decide to be a bear on GDP. Okay, next 3 months. Okay, it's a decision I make based on, okay, the fundamentals. Okay, the scientific analysis I have carried out. So trading is science, more of science than art. Okay, so many people don't actually come in to do this. Okay, so at here at our academy, we teach you how to mix the whole thing up. Okay, so you really want to perform a scientific research, okay, analysis. Okay, you want to look at the court report, the CT report. You're going to be looking at some couple of things. You want to be making decisions based on the past. Okay, you want to be carrying out this research and then coming up with results. Okay, that will also reflect on your trading life. It will also reflect on your account size. Okay, it will actually grow. Okay, so I can't even remember when I last actually placed deposit. Okay, like, because it takes me a lot of time to wait for a trade to set up properly. Okay, and definitely I'm gonna wait and sit there until it hit my profit. Okay, because definitely if I could wait for 15 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks to wait for a trade to align, and I just get into the trade in such a hurry, 2 days and leave. Okay, of what use is that? Okay, so many of the times I find that traders that hop up on a good trade actually hop on a bad trade. Okay, so you're hopping up on a good trade, okay, because you want to quickly take some profit, okay, and you want to rush into another trade. There's always 80% chance that you're gonna rush off, okay, a good trade and then rush on to a bad trade, and you're gonna lose your account. Okay, I have been there. We've been there, and we've seen a lot of traders actually crying about it. Okay, so I basically don't find it very funny when traders actually go through this week in week out. Right. So there's a way you look at the market in general and then be able to see with the market. Okay, let your eye see. You don't really need an indicator to do this. Okay, so I just have I'm coming up trend lines on my the chart, but I use it for different reasons. Okay, but the main picture is right there in front of you. It's just right there, just for you to plug it and play. Okay, you have a downtrend. Suddenly, support did not hold. Okay, so definitely you want to see that this will still continue the trend, or will the next support hold? It's a big question. So from the monthly, we have identified that on a monthly time frame, this has failed here. So definitely the only reason this would even look at continuing to the upside would be if this candle will close with a very small body showing indecision. If the bulls can close this candle here, the next candle will spear into this zone and spear out to form a bullish structure. Then we will see the next candle spear into this support one more time, and if it leaves, we'll wait for the retest and we'll continue bullish. But definitely, this whole composition has a setup of the structure. So I'm gonna rush into some few charts, and I'm gonna just search for this configuration on any of the charts, any of the time frames, and we'll just look at how to trade the setup. Okay, I just see this is my bad. I don't really need an indicator to point this out to me. So this is a drop. Here we have one. So this is a perfect example. Fails rally, drop past this level. Gosh, you don't want to be in that kind of trade. You don't want to be there. Go down to see what happened there. You don't want to be there. We've been that long time, and most reason why we actually create this academy is to be able to help traders to consistently make profit week in, week out. Okay, you want to start by knowing those charts. You want to start by knowing these currencies. Okay, and they will know you. Okay, you would make more money actually. Not just trading the first market just to make money, but trading the first market as an analyst. Okay, it makes more sense, you know, when the chart is your friend. Okay, like mine is my friend. Okay, I don't really need to look at so many things. There are times, periods I need to just avoid a particular pair. I can avoid a pair for 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, weeks. Okay, not even go there. If buying and selling. Okay, because I don't understand what it's doing. It's all crazy. All right, it's doing crazy things. Okay, so here we have monthly. Let's go down to the weekly time frame. Okay, let's go down to the weekly time frame. Okay. All right, so on the weekly time frame, this is what happened here. And a lot of traders will be trapped in this. They'll be trapped in this. Okay, drop down, rally back up. If there was to be a setup, this shouldn't have dropped back down. And on a monthly time frame, instead of a monthly time frame, it's pierced through this previous monthly structure. Pierce through it. Once it's pierced through it, you can expect it to return. Okay, you can expect it to return. Okay, onto a weekly. Why you need to learn to avoid certain things. So if a weekly candle closes below here and closes below here, this was the previous monthly structure, and we have the weekly candles close through here. Would it not be best as a trader to wait for the next weekly candle to at least close back up here before you can start thinking of a bullish setup? Most traders will try to rush in and buy up this low. Market drop down, they buy, drop to buy, and market is still dropping and they're still buying. So when you're trying to buy deep, sometimes you're actually buying into a huge sell order. Okay, when things happen in the market, you need to decipher what is happening in the market. And here, my students will be able to decipher that this is a failed rally. Once you wait for it to drop, fell one more time, rise, then you would only want to short this trade. You know, many people find it waiting for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 7 weeks to be able to wait for this retest alone. Most people would have started, wow, the whole week dropped and they started shorting. Whole week dropped, come up the short, down back here, okay, and a lot of times people don't wait to really look at structures. I teach students to trade in the structures because that's what you want to be doing at every point in time in his life. You want to be trading with the structures. Definitely, that's what's going to make you the money. Structure. Okay, structures is what's going to make you the money, and you need to look at the market and then make that good. So definitely, what I teach my students to do, or what I would do in this situation, okay, I would just wait for my turn as a BA to be involved. Okay, so I'm bearish on this pay. I'll just wait for my turn as a BA to get involved. So one, the things I want to be looking at, I could possibly wait for the monthly candle to close, but if not, I would wait for a possible failed reversal area on the daily. So getting in here, we have one indication. One indication here, and on the daily we have, let's just go first to the weekly. Let me show you guys. The weekly, we have this huge structure here. So this is the weekly support. Okay, weekly support here. Okay, so we can look at weekly support area. We can look at daily. Okay, so we have the weekly support area inside of this zone. Okay, so we look at this daily. If this daily will close as an indecision candle, okay, if it would close as an indecision candle, I think that would be a nice time to start looking for reactions of the market. We need this to close as indecision candle, bearish or bullish. It would really be no concern of mine. But I need it to close as indecision candles, and once it could actually do that, okay, we will then use the high and the low to measure our entry point for next week on the H4. So let's look at the H4. What happened in the H4? So from the daily, this whole range is possible for a test. It's possible for a test on the H4 until there is a valid, okay, there is a valid confirmation of where next the market is going to move on the daily and also on the weekly and also on the monthly. So on the H4, there is a huge possibility that this can do anything. Okay, there's a huge possibility that this can do anything. And on the H4, you can see we have resistance up here, but on the H1, on the H1, let's get this up. All right. On the H1, you would see that here, price can be in the whole of this territory for as long as it wants to. It can be there. Okay, it can even go as far as on the H4, making a fake out into testing this point and then dropping back within a single day. And this whole form that split. So here, within this premise, the market can do virtually everything. So this time, I basically teach the students not to trade this structure on the H4. So students will not even trade the structure no matter what the setup looks like. We will not trade the structure on because there is no clear confirmation where next the market will move. Okay, so we had this sort of setup then on Utica. Yeah, Utica. Let's look at Utica. I think we had a set of Utica, and I spoke about it many of the times about areas, time not to take a trade, time, days not to take a trade. Today is Friday, and we cannot be taking this kind of trade on a Friday because it is possible of doing it. There's a possibility of price doing anything. Okay, you can actually do anything. Utica. I think I spoke about this rally too. Yeah, this was the time I spoke about that trade setup. Let's look at it with the first rally. All right, so let me show you guys a typical example of how we approach pace trading as a whole. So third rally, and how do you know it was third rally? Monthly, everything was bearish on a monthly. Let's just get this off. I need to align my chart. you know, really noisy, disturbing my eyes. All right, so this was monthly, and everything was still bearish. Okay, weekly, we had this huge support here. Let's look at this, guys. We have this had this huge support. I don't know how I approached that. I had this huge support here. A lot of people started longing this pay. It's wrong to want to long, okay? Just randomly, all right? It's wrong when you want to come into the market and without proper knowledge of what the market is doing. You need to actually get the education right, okay? And this was a weekly support, okay? Weekly support here, okay? Daily, okay? So here, first week drop, second week indecision candle here, followed by a bullish candle, and it came into a cluster. Once it came into a cluster after 3 weeks, first week, second week indecision candle, what I looked for to see was the next bearish candle, but rather it formed low up bar, high down bar. Okay, I then started to see reasons that this is a failed reversal, and it would drop further down. Okay, so once market, I was able to get it on a short trade here, okay, back into this support on a daily setup. Okay, let me show you that daily setup I did here, you know, because many of the times I share it with the students at all times. And okay, so this was what I did to get into that trade. And when I hopped off, you know, what I did basically as a trader was to look at this. Okay, I saw 1 week, 2 weeks, okay, resistance here. And then I saw a fair reversal here, so we could still further go down. And the whole thing started on Wednesday here. So this was Wednesday. When the whole thing started, and Wednesday, because those are days I come in to start trading. Okay, this day I come in to start trading, and I saw this on Monday, marked down, Tuesday, marked up again. So Tuesday we came into this huge block, and we couldn't break down on Tuesday. And on Wednesday, what I knew was that at market opening on Wednesday, I want to be shorting, and my risk would be up here. So what I did basically is I opened a good trade with 0.1 with a 0.1 mini lot, and voila. So that was a very cool entry, and here I back down, okay, and from that point on, right, I was triggered. Okay, I was triggered around Asian session. Okay, my stop loss would be above here. Okay, so I'll just look at what I did basically was I looked at the weekly range. Okay, so I have the weekly to be 177. Okay, so I just quickly use my tool here. Okay, so I knew that it was below so far, and we've made 100 pip movement to the upside. So what I would just basically do, I'm gonna risk the remainder, which is 70 pips from this point on. So this with 80 pips, 1.33, 1.3685. So 1.3685, 1.3685. So just with that, the rest will be up here. So I'll be risking $59. And my target would be to this downside, this low here. So I'll just look to target this low, 1.34. So 1.34 will be my take profit. All right, 1.34 will be my take profit. So is that correct? Okay, right, correct. That'll be 156 pips. That's 1:3 risk to reward trade. All right. So I had to wait. Okay, see what happened. I had to wait. Okay, I was triggered. All right, so I was triggered on Wednesday here. Had to wait the whole of the week. Okay, get rest. Following week came and dropped. So 2 weeks I was able to hit my take profit, and that was cool. Okay, I was able to hit my take profit up to 225 pips and also risking this low of this 80 pips. So I was able to hit my take profit. And what did I do next? I didn't hurry to buy in that zone. Okay, because I knew that this was a fair reversal. So I didn't just buy back. So most of us want to buy back here to some sort of area back. Okay, so we don't want to buy. We just want to wait for a bearish setup. Okay, so the next day we said on a trend line here, one touch, two touch, and when this happened, okay, so we've made a very good trade for a start. So when this happened, what we did as a trader, okay, was not to be hurried in the next decision after a winning trade, because most people would try to buy back up the support and would want to go up with it. Up again with the trade. So we want to wait for our time in the market as the bear. Okay. So we just had to wait. Okay. But the candle closed. The next candle gave up price. Okay. So this was the week I actually backed that profit. And the next candle formed as an indecision candle. So what I wanted to see for the next candle, okay, was to form some sort of bullish structure for a reversal. But rather, what we saw here was another indecision candle showing a failed reversal and a continuation to the downside. And I knew that apart from the trend line I had on my H1, okay, because this was when everything happened. So this week, my take profit, all right, take profit. Next week failed. Next week again failed. So I knew that from that point, I have a sell here. So I immediately entered a sell trade, and I wrote this play up to the Fibonacci extension of the 1618, which I hopped off. So now we have price currently trading inside of this zone. And I speak about this, that here we can have anything. Okay, this is possible here because looking at the market, what I think or what I'm seeing at the moment, okay, from a trading perspective, is I want to see this high being taken over for me to become a bull. But we can also see an expansion. Okay, we can also see an expansion. Same as also in my previous one of the webinars I did, I speak about markdown, okay, range bound, mark up. Okay, so accumulation, distribution. All right, so you learn all this as a student of GW Trading Masters, and you get to know how to do all this. So definitely this week, if it would end as an indecision candle, I would expect to see another indecision candle from sort. Once that could happen, okay, I think the daily would provide for us a valid entry at the high for a short trend to downside, but this time not to the downside, but to the last support, which could also be the next support area for the next rally. But we do not know until price comes in to hit that zone. And by that time, we'll be out of the trade. Okay, when we involve in a short trade with the confirmation to the downside, by that time we'll be out of this trade and we'll look for where next price would then look to go to. Okay, so indecision candle closing this week would also close for next week for us to see a failed rally to the upside and then drop back one more time down back into the support, and that'll be awesome for us to see. Okay, so that's what we want to be looking for. Basically this week we didn't even look to make any trade, okay, apart from a bullish setup trade, which we did hop up a little bit here and then hopped up a little bit here. And since that time, I don't want to be looking at any trade because today is already Friday, and anything is possible for today. So I don't want to be trading in a day that anything is possible. Okay, I want to be trading in a day that at least I know I have 60% chance of having a successful trade, okay, in terms of volume, okay, because I teach the students the Wyckoff rules that we need to do VSA, okay, in some areas of our chart depending on what we see. And let me just quickly look at one more chart before I wrap this up, because I like to give out goodies, okay? Give out goodies, okay, every time I come, okay, to do a presentation. I give out goodies and also show you guys what you want to be seeing and what you should expect. Okay, let me just do this. Okay, I'll be looking at giving out goodies on the GPUSD, where I think GPUSD around this huge support, support back here, resistance here, here, here. So we're looking at the monthly time frame, and we don't know how the month is going to end, but I would really want to anticipate that the monthly candle should come back in here. So looking at the weekly time frame, I think it would be best, okay, it would be best to see some sort of confirmations, okay, some sort of reasons to be involved. So if this weekly candle could close in this format, I don't think I'll be trading the GBP/USD for next week for any reason in the world. But if but if this can end as an indication candle on the daily, okay, this can end as an indication candle on the daily, I would really like to see a possibility of price failing at this point as resistance and continuing to the upside. Yeah. Get that right, guys. A lot of times people ask, Julian, how do you do this consistently? It's quite easy, because I know what I'm looking for. What I'm looking for in the market, what I'm saying in the market is this is a huge structure here. And if this is coming back to create a disagreement here, I would like to see the next candle at least close as a bullish one before I can then look for a trade. So that's what I want to be seeing, and I can actually continue my NRP to this high one more time, actually putting up just 12 stop in it, because definitely it's gonna show one thing. Okay, it's gonna show one thing. It's gonna show a continuation of the bullish setup. Okay, so if along the line the monthly can close at around the 1.37, that will be quite awesome. I don't know what we could actually call up in the market, but definitely we just need to see, because our first 2020 target was achieved at the 1.33, and we want to see our next target at the 1.3724. So the only time I will look at this as a failed rally, okay, as if we can have a monthly close candle here, okay, bearish, strong bearish, then that time we need to reevaluate the situation for the next demand to be to the downside, and possibly we can have a wider range, okay, to actually come in to do analysis with all similar to what we have here. And this also gave us a signal, and we decided to go for bullish setup there. Okay, so that'll be all for today. And you know, I've had some questions. How do I do this week in, week out? It takes consistency, it takes back testing, it takes commitment, it takes the proper education to get to do this consistently week in, week out. And we give out the very best in terms of education to make a successful trader. Okay, and I don't want to start showing you a lot of things, but if you look at this closely, you'll see that this was the last block in terms of the monthly here, and you can see that this kind of space. So we can then really look to see how everything will fade. Possibly we can actually have an uprise back in testing this high one more time, and that'll be very awesome. Because definitely, if money is not flowing back to the youth economy, definitely all this money are going to be done at other countries going to actually have a share of those figures. So this can actually really end up as a week, and we can actually see the next month candle try and make a push to the upside, or could actually end as a very huge initial candle. But definitely the next candle will always try coming and testing this passive low, and that time will be a much better area which will look to pay up to the upside. So it's all going to be dependent on how this Monday candle is going to close. But definitely we can still take some bullish trades to the upside a little bit on the daily if we could have some confirmation back down. So possibly actually correct into something of this nature before then the next move to the upside. So that's what I think of GPUSD. Have a wonderful day and remain blessed. To the first of Julian Effect, hope to see you soon. I love you.